Locally.
Did this happen before last week's episode or after last week's episode?
Yeah, this happened
Monday maybe? Or
5 days ago. So yeah. Tuesday.
I will say, not surprised about one, a little surprised about the other. Kind of.
Yeah, Tuesday. So here we go. We'll just play it's about 30 seconds. This is all you need to know.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being here. This morning we put out an announcement that we'll be buying out the remainder of Zach Parise and Ryan Suter's contracts. We want to thank Zach and Ryan for the 9 years that they've given the Minnesota Wild. They've given everything they've had on the ice and off the ice, and have had an incredible impact on this organization and in the Twin Cities.
So that was Bill Guerin, general manager of the Wild, for those who don't know.
Yep.
Former player, two-time Stanley Cup champion.
Oh, he was on the do not fuck with list.
No, three-time Stanley Cup champion.
4-time. Yeah. He was 2 times as a player and 2 times as a general officer.
James was I'm trying to remember him as a player. Was he on the do not fuck with list or?
Yeah, he was.
He was sandpaper. He had some grit about him.
He was a big boy doing big boy things, and you can tell.
Was he?
Just looking at him, you can tell he's a guy that.
Was he Madano's protector, kinda, or?
He was at Pittsburgh, bro.
Oh, I thought he had a connection with Madano too.
Yeah.
Or in like Dallas or.
Yeah, he was. So
he would have been like Crosby's protector or.
No, this is
earlier
this
than
is
that.
before
Crosby.
Crosby.
Before that even?
Yeah.
Or, I thought he didn't like retire necessarily.
We're talking like
on,
90s.
Yeah, he was probably.
Well, then he was probably Mario's. So.
He's probably on the team that beat the North Stars.
Yeah,
I'm just saying he was probably Mario's protector.
Yeah,
Mario.
He was a. I'm not going to take any bullshit from nobody, especially my own teammates. If I call you out on something, it's because you're fucking up.
I really thought he had some kind of playing connection with Madano.
I'm sure he does.
Okay.
Oh, now you're going to make me look him up.
No, I'll look it up. You
Billy
continue. No, you continue. I'll look this up.
No, so he is a very, like, cut to the chase, straightforward, no bullshit. He's going to tell you exactly what he thinks. He's going to tell you exactly what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, all this shit.
Okay, he did play until 2010, by the way.
Wow.
Played from 91 to 2010, so shit, all the way up through when, like, I was born to high school.
Yeah.
And he did play on Dallas, by the way. So.
Devils, Edmonton, Boston, Dallas, St. Louis, San Jose, Islanders, Penguins.
Okay.
So he probably might have been Crosby's protector.
When was, yeah.
So. It was the 08 through 2010. So
yeah, so exactly right
Stanley
when he came
Cup
in.
Years, yeah.
Yep.
So he's a no bullshit guy, and
look at the photo that came up on his Wikipedia page right here, just him pounding on a dude.
Yeah, he.
Jim Slater, sorry, but you're getting your ass kicked.
So when he decided that Zach Parise and Ryan Suter needed to be gone, he decided that it wasn't because of cap space, because it doesn't give you that much relief out of this year.
No, it doesn't.
Years 3 and 4, it really fucks us over in cap space.
Yep. So the next 2 years, we have to make
this
some
year
moves.
it gives us $10.3 million extra space to spend on players. Next year it's like $2.5 million.
And then it's negative.
But then nothing.
So we're really banking on the cap increase.
So this was a lot I was hearing was from former head coach Bruce Boudreau and Mike Yeo and those Ryan and just people that used to be with the Wild.
Yep.
This move was he's trying to make a culture change. He's trying to shift the dynamic. He's trying to shift the leadership in the locker room away from Parise, away from Suter.
Well, remind me here again, even in like the Mike Yeo years, weren't there a lot of drama kind of going on locker room with like the veterans and the rookies?
Yep.
And
it was Suter and Parise during the Mike Yeo and Bruce Boudreau years. They were trying to run the organization like they were a Sidney Crosby type.
I will tell you that.
But
you give a guy you give two guys 13-year contracts right there. You essentially are kind of giving them some kind of say inherently. So
another hot rumor going around my network of sources is that Zach Parise and Ryan Suter were the reason why Charlie Coyle and Jason Zucker, Nino Niederreiter all got traded away.
Oh, that'd be big.
It was just kind of a lot of clashing, apparently, in the locker room. I don't know if that for a fact. I'm not saying that's fact, but that's just, kind of the scuttlebug from what I've seen former players and people in the locker room talking about on social media after this came out. I mean,
I do see a video there. Parisi reacts to Minnesota Wild buying out.
Yeah, Parisi is doing it, and he's playing it perfectly.
Well, again, he's
But he's also still in the media.
Well, again, I think Parisi expected this. Suter is the one that did not expect.
No, Ryan Suter. Ryan Suter. If you read Michael Russo's athletic story, is it was with Ryan Suter was called first, and didn't answer the call. Then Zach Parisi was called. Zach had a very friendly, lighthearted conversation with Billy Guerin. Guerin talking about how he's been bought out himself and stuff like that, and it's a chance, to get a new sense of purpose for somebody else. Start over fresh. Somebody new.
Again, a guy who expected this to potentially happen, especially like at the end of the year.
Especially this last year where he saw his minutes go down. He was playing fourth line forward. He was taken off the power play. He started the playoffs as a healthy scratch, so not dressing with the team. Like, he even said himself, it was a very embarrassing year for him as a professional. And he's used to stepping on the ice and being one of the best players on the ice, whether or not they're wearing the same colored jersey as him.
Yeah.
And this year, it was really a punch to the dick, a wake-up call.
Yeah,
so
he has to be a supporter now, and he doesn't know how to.
He's trying to be he had to be in a supporting role, but wanted to be in the main spotlight.
There are guys who can handle this in any sport, whether it be football, basketball, baseball. And then there are guys who just simply can't. When you were the guy viewed as a guy, and now you're not.
Yep.
Again, a guy who handled this, fairly well, was Mauer. He understood, he maybe wasn't the guy at the end of his time anymore here, and it was his job to kind of help bring along the younger ones. And
so Zach Parisi had a very professional, very friendly, I wouldn't say friendly, but very lighthearted conversation.
As friendly as a conversation like this could get. So
and Billy, told him, hey, this is your chance to start somewhere fresh, somewhere new. And Zach, he's welcome to that because, maybe this is what he needs to get back to where he used to be. Teams like Vegas are looking at him right now. Used to play with Vegas's head coach. He's very comfortable with that.
Who's at Vegas right now? It's that DeBoer guy, isn't he?
Yeah, DeBoer.
The guy who was at San Jose for a while.
Yeah, and he's very comfortable with him.
When did he play for him?
Fuck, now you're going to have to look it up again.
Well, if you're going to say it, you better know, okay?
All I know is he's very comfortable. Somebody like Vegas will easily give him a 1-year, 2-year contract for cheap. Guess what? The contract that he had with the Wild, he's still going to get paid. So...
Oh yeah, you get money.
They're not losing out by being bought out. That's literally what the Wild is saying. Why do
you think some of these coaches don't work for like a year or two after they get fired? They're still getting paid.
A buyout is they had 4 years left on their contract. The Wild now just said, we will pay you that money, but you don't play for us. But instead of paying you in 4 years, we're going to pay you in 8. So it's really... It's a new beginning for Zach Parisi. Now, Ryan Suter, on the other hand, nobody thought Ryan Suter was going to be bought out.
No.
Nobody did.
I mean, he was very adequate at the position. He was doing all right with the minutes that he was given.
Yeah, he was still playing 20-plus minutes a game.
D.
Yeah, he's a top 4.
Maybe top 2. I don't know. You could definitely tell that his skating speed slowed down.
Yeah, he was definitely getting slower, just like Zach was. Zach was never a strong skater in his career, but Suter, you could tell he's getting slower, but he was still in the right place most of the time defensively.
Yeah,
he was still making the right defensive plays. He wasn't pinching when he wasn't supposed to. He wasn't, jumping in on the offense and leading or making a outbreak pass for the defense or the other team happen like you see like Dumba would always do when he first started. And
what do you mean when he first started? Still does?
He's getting better at it.
No,
but
not really.
Watch some tape. He
watch the playoffs.
So Suter, everybody was surprised, even Suter. So Suter was on the phone with Zach Parisi.
I didn't think Suter had that bad of a year, by the way.
No, we were just talking about that, about how Suter...
I was taking a leak, by the way.
Suter's a top 4 defenseman. Yeah, he was a little slower this year, but he was still defensively sound, still making the right plays, stuff like that.
Well, and that's what he's always been, let's face it here.
Yeah, still getting 20...
Maybe you get 8 goals a year out of him in a normal year.
You're still getting 20-plus minutes out of the guy.
Like 15 assists.
He's
doing his work.
So
Leading
Suter...
power play kill.
Now, is he overpaid? Of course he is, but...
Kill.
So Suter gets the call from Zach Parise saying, hey, I just talked to Billy. I was just bought out. And Ryan Suter says, oh, that's funny because I just missed a call from Billy before you called me and blah, blah, blah. And then so they're talking like, all right, well, it's been nice knowing you, nice playing with you here. I wish you all the best. And
Suter maybe thought he was just giving him a heads. Billy thought he was giving him a heads up.
And then while he's on the phone with Parise, Billy calls again.
Oh, boy.
And Suter answers the call. Billy says, hey, Ryan, I hate to tell you this. I just spoke to Zach. I'm sure you know we just bought out his contract, and we're buying yours out as well. I just want to thank you for all your time with the Minnesota Wild, what you've done, as a veteran leader. And then Suter kind of was very caught off, very surprised about it. Did not have a very professional response.
It's very difficult to.
Again, I'm not gonna blame anybody for being mad at this situation. I mean, we'd all like to think hey, I get it, you're professional. But let's face it, is anybody necessarily fired when you or happy when you are essentially fired?
Yeah, but you're being fired with the chance to get paid by somebody else still getting paid by the team.
I get that, but you don't think your whole life now just got.
Yeah, you move and you got to take your family.
Again, these guys are thinking about families too. They're 37, 30,
now they have
30s.
to go and jump around, and
you're essentially now playing on 1-year deals if that's what you want to do.
So,
but you do get a double up pay.
I know, I totally get that.
Ryan Suter,
your reaction is, and again, essentially you're now being told you are not good enough.
Ryan Suter it's the consensus that he's going to sign with a contender and sign for big money.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
It won't be a long. It will not be a long deal.
No, it'll be 3-year deal.
2-3-year deal, but it will be $8 million maybe a year.
Yeah.
Again, I don't quite know how hockey contracts work because of budget.
It'll be front loaded. It'll be front loaded, but especially if Colorado loses Gabriel Landeskog, he is now exposed to the expansion draft. If the Seattle Kraken feel like they want to take a crack at him.
Would you be surprised if Suter would end up on a team like St. Louis or Colorado or Dallas?
His top contending teams right now are Colorado, Tampa Bay, Vegas.
Oh, could you imagine Tampa with Victor Hedman and him?
Oh, my God.
Vegas, and guess what? The place has been booing him for 9 years. The Nashville Predators.
But goes back home.
He's not going to go back there.
Those are the Vegas favorites at the moment. The Vegas favorites right now.
I'll give you a sleeper on where Suter goes.
Where?
New York Islanders.
I could have seen that with Parise since they were pursuing him.
Vegas one is.
But yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Another contending team.
For Parise, it's Vegas, New Jersey.
Oh, and I think Barry Trotz was in Nashville when Suter was. I want to say.
Yeah.
Suter
or Parise is Vegas, Islanders, New Jersey, and maybe Arizona
sometimes
or San Jose.
When I hear New Jersey and stuff like that, they almost I feel like Vegas throws those odds out on those teams just because they were there before for a long time.
I want to see Parise go join the LA Kings, the team that denied him his one chance at a Stanley Cup, and go play for them. That would be funny as hell. Well, and then
he's gonna chase after a contender.
No, he's gonna go to Vegas.
You're saying he's gonna go to a cup. He's gonna go to a.
He's gonna go to Vegas.
He's gonna cup
Montreal.
Chase. Yeah.
No, he's gonna go to Vegas. He's connected with the head coach. Vegas wants him. They are a contender.
Get some poutine.
He can sign a 1-year, $3 million deal with Vegas, kind of like a prove it deal.
Hey, we want some poutine.
Want the poutine and that poontang.
I'm telling you right now. Suter, I'm on the fence between Colorado and Tampa. Parise, I will bet almost anything that he's going to Vegas.
Okay.
And then anything that I don't bet on Vegas, anything I don't bet on Vegas, I bet he's going to the Islanders.
Vegas or Islanders, I'd say, are the favorites for him. So.
Well, we'll see
Especially
where he
now
ends
that
up.
the Islanders just made some moves to kind of. They made some trade moves so they can